Okay, let's look at our root sutta. On page 14, the main message of this root sutta is you need to protect the mind in order to die a good death. Now, inside there, when the Buddha talked about protecting the mind, he uses two words that are related to mind. If you look at the second paragraph, here the Buddha said, householder, when the mind is unprotected, citta Arakkhita, bodily, verbal and mental actions are unprotected. Arakkhita. Now if you look at the next paragraph, you will see in the second line that there is this Pali word manokamma within parentheses after mental actions. Can you see that? After mental actions, in brackets you have manokamma. Actually, this set of brackets should also go up to the second paragraph. After you say bodily, verbal and mental actions are unprotected, right there you should have manokamma as well. So here, the Pali word that is used for mind is citta. When the Buddha talks about the mind is unprotected, he used the word citta for mind. And below mental actions, he used the word mano for mind. Manokamma. Why didn't the Buddha say cittakamma? Why do you say manokamma? What do you think? So that's one discussion topic. That's on page 15. What do you think is the difference between citta and mano, particularly in the relationship between mind, citta, and mental action, manokamma? So what do you think is the difference between citta and mano? Why did the Buddha use citta in the first case and then he used the word mano in the second case? Do you think there's any difference between citta and mano? That's the first part. The second part of the question is, especially in the context of this compound word, manokamma. Now this may seem a bit irrelevant to the root sutta, and also a bit unfair for me to ask you to answer this question because I have not provided enough data for you to process. But anyway, this is something like an ice-breaking session for you to get to discuss with one another. And you don't need any sutta reference for this. For the other questions, you need to have sutta references. But for this one, no need to have sutta references. You just need to share your views on what you understand by the word citta and mano, according to what you have heard or what you have read. You have heard through Dhamma talks or what you have read through free distribution books. Or if you are more knowledgeable, what you have read in the suttas. Okay, look at the appendix. The first item talks about the luminosity of the mind. It is that the mind is luminous, or the citta is luminous, and it is corrupted by incoming corruptions. The second sutta talks about 5 corruptions of the mind, corrupted by which the mind is also not luminous. The third sutta talks about the sun and the moon. It says that the sun and the moon can also be covered by corruptions, and these are clouds, fog, smoke and dust, and finally Rahu. Rahu is in reference to a time when there is an eclipse of the sun or the moon. So what the sutta shows is that the sun and the moon are originally pure, or rather bright from our earthly perspective, but they can be dulled or covered by clouds. So similarly, we could say that the mind is originally pure, but it is covered by incoming corruptions. The last one talks about kamma. It says that kamma is intention or cetana. Right? That's all. So you just need to bear this in mind in your discussion when you try to find out or tell me what's the difference between citta and mano. Simple question, but it will require probably a lot of discussion among your groups because different people will have different views on what citta and mano are. But nevertheless, you just have to share your views, and then at the end of the discussion, you come up and present. Okay? This is quite straightforward.